So we're getting a resurgence of Resident Evil properties. We've had the Resident Evil remakes, the games. They've been fantastic by and large. Some people have their, issues with them. We've now just got Resident Evil 8, which I'm currently playing on the channel. Side note, I'm not a gamer, so you probably won't want to watch it. But I've enjoyed playing it. Beautiful game, not scary. And apparently Capcom bowed to people saying that Resident Evil 7 was too scary. It's a horror game. Guys, it's a horror game. If it's too scary for you, it means it's actually succeeding. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Anyway, but Resident Evil is getting a resurgence, right? What a great property to have a resurgence. It's fantastic. It absolutely is. But as with all of these things, people are trying to capitalize on it. Netflix being one of them, along with the movies as well. So there's a few things which are happening here. Netflix have like a few CGI animated movies for Resident Evil. There's a series. And then I think this is the series as well. And then we're also getting a Resident Evil movie remake, reboot thing. It's kind of all over the show. But this took the internet by storm on Friday. And I sat on it. I also had some problems with my graphics card on Friday, which meant I couldn't do half as much work or videos as I would have wanted to have done. So I'm doing it on a really, really hot Sunday. Yes, I am burnt. It's hot in the UK. And I'd say the temperature and people would be like, that's not hot. We don't have aircon, guys. Like, just calm down. We don't have aircon because we're only hot for like a couple of weeks. So we wouldn't have aircon in our houses. But anyway, look, this is the cast photo that dropped, and everyone went mental for it. I was asked about this on a live stream, and I gave my thoughts on it there on the live stream. But I thought I would do a dedicated video just to discuss it, really. Now, this is from the same producers who did the movies, Constantine films. They're the ones which produced the whole film franchise that was released anyway. So this is not unexpected in terms of how I would have imagined they'd have approached it. We knew that this one was going to be a bit strange anyway, because there's a plot synopsis that was released, but then there was also some leaks about it, and I did some reports on it back in the day. And it sounds like it's way off the reservation just from what they're saying in terms of the official plot synopsis, which is this. So the Netflix series will tell its new story across 2 timelines, right? So in the first, we've got 2 sisters, Jade and Billy Wesker. So they've moved to New Raccoon City. It is a manufactured corporate town. That's fine. That's kind of cool, I think. And it's been forced of them right as adolescence is in full swing. So that whole like, ooh, teen angst, teen drama. But the more time they spend there, the more they come to realise that the town is more than it seems, and their father may be concealing dark secrets. Secrets that could destroy the world. Albert Wesker. Now the second, more than a decade into the future, sees the aftermath of that. So sees less than 15 million people left on Earth, and then more than 6 billion monsters. People and animals infected with the T-virus. Jade, who's now 30, struggles to survive in this new world, while the secrets from her past about her sister, her father, and herself continue to haunt her. Okay, so this is the cast. We've got some old people, some young people. I mean, they're not old, are they? Let's be honest. Although I guess I probably classify myself as old then, really. And then this is the cast. This is the cast photos. And then obviously this is what, sent people a little bit of flutter. And understandably so. Albert Wesker, typically speaking, wouldn't fit the description of Lance Reddick. Lance Reddick is cast as Albert Wesker, right? And let's not beat around the bush. Obviously Lance Reddick is black. Albert Wesker is not black. He's just not in the games, right? And obviously this, riled people up and all of that. And my go-to reaction for this stuff nowadays is like, of course, like, well, it's not really a surprise, is it? It doesn't make it any less strange that was the casting choice. And it's not to belittle Reddick, because Reddick's a fantastic actor. But when the thing is, when you have articles like Variety, this is where I spot picked this particular paragraph from, because I think you'll find this interesting. When you have articles like Variety saying, and I quote this, Reddick will be the first actor of colour to portray Albert Wesker in the long history of the franchise. He's known for his starring roles on shows like The Wire, Fringe and Bosch, as well as his other appearances in the John Wick film franchise. Reddick is also an accomplished voice actor, having lent his vocal stylings to multiple games in the Destiny franchise, as well as others like Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. When that's what people lead with, you start to ask yourself, well, is that the reason why they hired him? And that, again, that's not me belittling Lance Reddick, but when people are like, oh, he'll be the first actor of colour, it's like, if you're going to praise him, praise the fact that he's a fantastic actor. Don't praise the fact that he's black. That's redundant. That's completely redundant. If you don't want to, see the fact that he's black and he's been cast, then don't even talk about it, right? Like, it's not relevant. But this is what I mean, like when articles come out and they say this kind of stuff, you can't help but think, well, maybe that is why, because they wanted to cause a bit of a stir. And undoubtedly, the thing is, unless they hired Lance Reddick first, and they'd always planned to hire, or, unless they hired Lance Reddick first, they'd always planned to hire a black guy. And I do find it, look, at the end of the day, you can't say Capcom, are like whitewashing, because Capcom's Japanese. Japanese people chose to have, a white European looking Albert Wesker. So it's strange that you wouldn't keep to the source material. But look, we don't have one. We have Lance Reddick, a fantastic actor, absolutely incredible. I don't know who these other people are though. So you got Ella Belinska, Tamara Smart, Sienna Agudong, Adeline Rudolph and Paulo Nunez. No idea who the rest of them are. I would imagine the younger two to the right of the picture, so this side of the picture, will be these individuals, the Jade and Billy, right? That's who I'm guessing they are, Jade and Billy. And then the ones to that way of the picture, to the left of the picture, will be their adult selves, I would imagine. I don't know, but that's just some guesswork here. I think Lance Reddick's a fantastic actor. Could this be really, really good? Yeah, of course it could. But you also have to question, and this isn't, this isn't going in terms of the realms of like, oh, well, because he's black and blah, blah, blah. Again, I couldn't really give a shit that he's black. It is strange, and if you can't see the fact that it is a little bit strange that they would then choose to completely remove a European character, I mean, it's a Japanese fucking property. Like, what are you doing? It's so odd. When that is the choice, that's the go-to, I can't help but think that the writing will actually be a bit lazy as a result of it. And again, it's not to belittle Lance Reddick, because he's a fantastic actor. I think he will be great in the role. He does foreboding, he does menacing, and he has an absolutely epic voice. So good. So he could be, unintentionally, one of the best acting choices to go for with Wesker. He genuinely could be, or he could be crap because they've chosen to hire a fantastic actor for a role where they were lazy in crafting the character on the back end, which they're both potentials. Now, Constantine Films, which produced a 6-film franchise based on the games, will serve as the studio behind the series. That's always a bad one as well. It just is. Andrew Dabb serves as writer, executive producer, and showrunner, with Mary Leah Sutton also writing and executive producing. Robert Kultzer and Oliver Bourbon of Constantine Film will also executive produce, with Constantine Film CEO Martin Moskowitz producing. I'll butcher in these names, son. We'll have to see how it goes. Look, there's so much happening with Resident Evil now. We're Resident Evil'd up the wazoo. Could be really, really decent. Anyone that fails to acknowledge the fact that, you're just swapping out a European character for, a black actor, you're doing yourself, you're disingenuous. You have to acknowledge it. But unfortunately, the moment anyone acknowledges it, people just shout racist, and it's super, super dumb. It's super lazy as well. It's traditionally a Japanese property. It is a Japanese property. They chose to have Europeans in it. just is what it is. Strange that you'd swap it out, but Lance Reddick could be absolutely fantastic in the role. So I'll have to see how it goes. I like Lance. I think he could be great. I just think, I don't know. I just think it doesn't always bode well because they could be lazy with the writing. I hope not. I hope this is good. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, all of that to one side, it's also by the same guys who made the films, and they are middling at best. So I don't think this is going to be good as a result of just that, let alone anything else. But let me know what you think down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Cheers, guys. Take care.